What's up, everybody? This is like the final part of this series, and in the future, different series that I do, I'll probably redo them and stuff like that. You know what I mean? With a new perspective and stuff like that. Because I'm just starting off as a YouTube blogger, trying to get involved, trying to see what I can do for myself, how I can use this to help support my family, and also at the same time give people a viewpoint they never heard before, give them a chance to interact and give people a chance to think. And one thing I'm gonna say about these, big cities and small towns is, the small towns are probably taking a beating right now. And what you have to be able to do is, like I said in the last video, you gotta be able to reinvent. It's important to do that. You cannot stay stuck in the same place. Even if you're going to have an event center that has like arcade games like Dave and Buster's, maybe twice a month you're going to hold an event there. Maybe one time you'll hold a dance. Maybe one time you'll hold some kind of contest that everybody can participate in. Or maybe you're going to focus on developing some local talent for rappers or singers and have everybody do a big concert so they can perform and see what happens. Maybe you're going to do something in that small town like a talk show or a movie or a TV show where you're going to actually film it right there and try to do something with it so it can be exciting, so people can feel like they're involved, they can feel like they're part of something that's not boring. Enough rambling about that. Now, this here is about big cities and small towns, how it affects Black people, and what Black people are really looking for. Okay? Now, the difference between a town like Johnstown in a big city like Pittsburgh, especially when you're going out east, DC, Philly, and New York, is one of the things that's missing from the small towns is gangs. No, no, there's the street elements everywhere, unfortunately, but the conscious element is not. When you go to a big city in the Black community, it might be a small place. It may be a few people who are talking about it or who are actually involved, but you're going to have some kind of conscious community. If they're solid or if they're loose affiliate, you'll have Black consciousness of some kind usually. In the small towns, you're not going to have too much of that. In most of the bigger cities, you'll usually have, you're going to have some Nation of Gods in the Earth. You're going to have Muslims, Sunnis, and NOI. You're going to probably have some Moors. You're probably going to have some people that are Black nationalists and Pan-Africans. And you're probably going to have something going on the college campus. And you're going to have some activists who are going to be fighting against police brutality and different stuff like that. And you're going to have more of a culture in a big city of people who are interested in owning businesses, like Black people who want to own businesses. And one of the strongest places I saw that was in Atlanta, probably one of the strongest in the country with Black-owned businesses. So Pittsburgh has a better Black-owned business culture than a place like Johnstown would have. Like there's more people in Pittsburgh who are thinking about and who are interested in entrepreneurship than there are in Johnstown. They have these craft fairs where people can come out and vend, even though sometimes the fees to do it may be too high. But there's more people that are interested in creating something in Pittsburgh than there is in a place like Johnstown. And there's more of a ladder to climb. Like if you're creative in Johnstown, they're going to be like, oh, you need to get a job in the steel mill. But the steel mill's been shut down before I was born. But they're going to open up one day. You got to get a job in the steel mill. Then when you try to leave, or when you leave, people may look at it like you're running away or you're abandoning them because they don't have the guts to leave and you do because you want a better life. It's like people leaving other countries to go to Britain or the United States. People leave Mexico because they want a better life or they think they're going to get a better life. It all depends on how the chips lay. You know what I'm saying? But the thing I guess is interesting, as I would call it, I don't know, I guess I would call it escape. I think I want to call it small town shaming. That's what I'm going to call it. I was trying to think about what I should call it. When people are living on some bump in the road and they move someplace like LA or they move to a big city, even if it's like 2 hours away, and they do good for themselves and their family, and they come back because usually they come back when somebody dies, and the people that are still living there, living poorly, they're all messed up, and the town's all messed up, and nothing has really gotten any better. It's actually gotten worse. They'll get mad at people who left for leaving. It's like, why would you want to shame me for improving myself? Maybe I should call it improvement shaming, because they'll shame you in a heartbeat sometimes. You know, you left and let the town fall apart, and you let our family. So I was like, no, you should have came with me. Kind of like saying you left the plantation. Now the master beating me better than he beat me before. It's like, you should have left with me. Do you want to leave now? Oh no, I can't make it out there. And that's kind of like the mentality of people from a small town. Sometimes is they don't want to take the chance on trying to get out. They figure this is what they know, especially if they got a job or they have a house or something like that. They don't want to sacrifice or take the chance on losing that, for a better opportunity. And then when the factory shuts down, now they're struggling to make the mortgage payments or fix the house up if they've already paid for the house, or if it was left to them by family. Now they're struggling to stay alive, and there's no entertainment, there's no amenities. It's just, it's horrible. Not the way that I want to live. But back to like black folks, particularly. One of the things that's missing from the small towns is the element of entrepreneurial spirit for black folks and black consciousness. There should be some element of black consciousness in every small town. But one thing I will say with the use of YouTube and Facebook, now the movement can reach small towns without actually being there or going there. People can get the ideas, people can connect, we can talk to each other now, and we can make some moves. So it's a better chance that consciousness can get through that small town barrier of failure to want to change. Now, what I did hear is a long time ago, the Nation of Islam and different groups did come to Johnstown. There was more black consciousness in the small towns from a long time ago than what there was when I came up. Now, I could say living in Vallejo, California, I didn't see anybody from the Nation of Islam. I didn't see them out passing out the final call. Not to say that they didn't do that. I might not have been in that part of town or on that corner where they passed out the final call and sell them bean pies. Now, I love some bean pies. I'm in love with some bean pies. Now, I did, go downtown Vallejo and go to a store that was ran by the Nation of Islam. They had a few things. They had apple juice. They didn't really have much product, but it was cool. He didn't really give me the spiel about the Nation of Islam and stuff like that. But, it's all good. So, that's one of the main things I would say is, the drug dealing, the single parent households, the womanizing, and, the alcoholism, drugs, stuff like that. That's in the small towns. That's an element from the big cities that's in the small towns, always been there. In both places, small town and big city. The thing that's missing from the small town community now is starting your own business in the black entrepreneurial spirit and black entrepreneurial culture. And also the consciousness, like the conscious culture, people that are in the black consciousness that are not just going to accept things the way they are. Now, what I do think is happening is a lot of that stuff that was mainly concentrated in the big cities is starting to get to the small towns. Like people are starting to take more of an interest because we can connect through Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and other sites. You know what I mean? Anybody can watch a my bad, I can't get it right. Anybody can watch a Dr. Umar Johnson or Irritated Genie video, or Joy Leary, if I'm saying, no, Joy DeGraw video if they want to. So this phone's got me on the timer. I'm outing, no doubting. I'm out, no doubt. Yeah, yeah, yeah.